Jakey,
What?
so we were standing in line, Mom and Brody wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, and what did you say?
It was a Shake Shack.
Let's go shake the shack, right?
Yeah.
And plus the stock is ripping out. We hold it in the wealth management business and our stock desk at Trading Analysis. Let's take a look at the chart. Hey there, traders. Welcome to the free video update. Obviously, we gave it away. Is it burgers or burritos? And it's going to be burgers. So Shake Shack just reported. I want to talk to you about the report. I'll show you the technicals, show you the position we're in, and let's take a look first. I got to talk about the broader picture. We do have longer term concerns, and everything I'm saying has to be taken within the context of, we have a pretty good rotation into value right now. So we're looking at the sector rotation, monthly RRGs on the left and weekly RRGs, relative rotation on the right. And this is all the way from Q3 and Q4 of last year. We're seeing tech and comms rotate out here as consumer discretionary actually never met and got into the monthly leading quadrant, has begun to roll over. And at the same time, those are the three offensive sectors, tech, comms, and consumer discretionary. And then these are three defensive sectors, staples, utilities, and healthcare, that are rotating up. So we are seeing a rotation into value right now with these persistently higher interest rates because of these pesky inflation reports that keep coming out that will not allow the Fed to cut rates. And there's no surprise on that from this end. So that's the monthly, going back to, the tails here go back to September of 23. This is the shorter term weekly chart. And the tails here begin back in February of 24, where we've seen tech rotate out. To a lesser extent, communications, not surprised with as strong as Meta and Google and Netflix and Spotify have been. And we're seeing a little bit of rotation out in healthcare. We're seeing a rotation in staples and utilities, so we're definitely getting a value safety trade move there. But, consumer discretionary is actually somewhat interesting. It's trying to rotate up here as a little tail. It's trying to sort of head back in the right direction. So there are some bright spots in XLY. There are some bright spots in tech and comms, but the rotation is real, and I am certainly concerned. So everything we talk about needs to be put in those in that context. Okay. So before we get in there, Shake Shack. Let's take a look. This is a bright spot in the consumer discretionary. We just added it to our active ops portfolio here in the new tradinganalysis.com members area, which looks so nice. The active ops is going to be right here. Shake Shack is a position we own. And here is the position I'm in right now in Shack. Okay. So if we look at earnings, we just came out and they beat on top and bottom line. So expected to make 1 cent. They made 2. Top line expected 280.3 million, and they came in at 286. Okay, so increase by 15% from a 20 cent loss in the previous period. So they also guided, expected to grow total revenue by 11 to 15% and open 80 new restaurants. So they're expanding. And some positive quotes by the CEO and continued margin expansion. That's one thing that Shake Shack has going for it. So the earnings are solid. The setup is there. Let's take a look and put more behind this than just the fundamentals, and that's going to be the technicals. Okay. So flipping over here, we're going to compare Shake Shack to Chipotle. And there's a lot going on this screen, and I'm sorry to be looking away from me, but it's this bigger monitor over here. We're looking at the weekly RRG here, Chipotle and Shake Shack, and the daily over here. And as I scroll, the bottom right-hand chart is Shake Shack. The top right-hand chart is Chipotle. So there's a key transition that happened at the end of 23. So you see both Chipotle and Shake Shack are moving up. Looking at the weekly, Chipotle is higher and further to the right. So we know Chipotle's got more relative strength and momentum. Okay. And then watch what happens right about here, right about there. Okay, watch on the weekly as Shake Shack during the last earnings report, Shack is going to overtake even Chipotle, which is coming up on a 50-to-1 stock split and is one of the large cap consumer discretionary leaders. So Shake Shack overtakes Chipotle and makes a nice move higher following this earnings report here. Okay, so as we continue to play this RRG out, what's happening? Well, we have Shake Shack further to the right than CMG, so there's more relative strength. It's losing its vertical distance, which is just price momentum relative to the S&P 500. Okay, Chipotle is still in a decent heading, but there's a lot more volatility in Shake Shack. This is the weekly. What I find interesting with this earnings report is look at the more hyperactive RRG of Shake Shack here heading in. You're going to see a big and quick push higher through daily lagging into improving, maybe heading back into leading. And I'm wondering with the report, can we reverse this downward trajectory in the weekly, head back up? And if we look at the technicals of Shake Shack over on this chart, you know, the way I see it from an Elliott wave point of view, with that daily RRG making that high momentum move, we're right here on a possible completion, you know, wave 4. Look at a breakout in wave 5. We have a lot of upside resistance into the mid 130s. Okay, now I know there's a lot going on in this chart. The other thing that is interesting is even if we go to the weekly, hide a lot of this stuff, and just look at this 786 retracement. That's the line in the sand. That's what I call the retracement of last resort. When you double test that, it usually goes through. Okay, so that's a big level right there. We've got some consecutive solid earnings coming out. We know their margins are increasing. It's in a sector that is beginning to show signs of reversal here. And from the Elliott wave point of view, in our entry is clearly labeled here. It's right at current levels. There's the stop, and we are looking to push into the upper target levels for wave 5, and it would unfold in 5 smaller waves here. So the volatility in here around earnings might be the wave 2 within this guy, and that is going to be the foundation for the upside in Shake Shack. Okay, so again, hold this one in our active ops portfolio at Trading Analysis. I hold it in the wealth management business. Actually, I looked at it. I added it on a rebalance back here on February 2nd, right there. And that was the first earnings gap. So we'll see if we get continuation on the next earnings gap higher. Okay, and just to be complete, I'm not saying that that CMG is a short by at all, you know, in any shape or form, but it looks like the CMG wave 4 already completed, and we might be in the latter stages of the move in CMG. But again, the relative rotation, they give you such a better, you know, just a view of where the relative strength and weakness is relative to, you know, stocks in the same industry, or, you know, where they are relative to the benchmark. There's my team slacking. So, you know, Shake Shack right now compared to CMG, it's far to the right, benchmark to the S&P, further to the right than CMG. Shake Shack making a nice move up here in the daily, where CMG is starting to show a little hesitation here. So all looks good for Shake Shack, but of course, keep those stops clearly in place. This is a dicey market here. We have some macro concerns. Stops are very clearly delineated right there. And we are very diligent about stop placement with our members here on the MAPS new suite of market analysis. Market analysis portfolio suite is what MAP stands for right there. And we're also going to be doing a webinar this evening talking about this, how the process of macro filters down into sector industry stock rotation, into Tactical Thursday, which is identification of the best 10 or so charts we're looking at. Then we move them into the portfolio. We'll also do option positions and hedges around it. We have a chart room, stock watch list. So we're going to introduce you to the new members area here at Trading Analysis. So there should be a link below this video. Tonight it should be 8 o'clock for that webinar. So I hope you guys join us. All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much, and hope to see you tonight. Good luck trading out there. Take care. Hi, it's Todd from tradinganalysis.com. Thanks so much for watching. Listen, my team and I have so much to share with you in terms of our technical analysis, our fundamental analysis, portfolio management tactics, trading in and out, maybe options, sector rotation. Let us know what's most interesting to you. Maybe drop that in the comments section and we'll do our best to work it in. Also, consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we put out new videos. And finally, you can check us out at tradinganalysis.com if you'd like to see us manage our real portfolios in real time. Thanks again for watching.